Hello and welcome. If you're new, you might want to go back to the start of the series and watch from the beginning, in which case you'll find it in the playlists. If not, and you are rejoining us for however many times, welcome to the Sicilian Defence. Hello and welcome to episode 23 of the Sicilian Defence. My name is Mark, and if you'd like to leave me a big thumbs up and a comment, it all helps here on YouTube. On today's episode, we have games at home to Lecce, but before that, we're away to Ascoli, who we played, I think it was, in the Super Cup, because they also got promoted from Serie C, and we played them in the Super Cup to decide who was the best team in Serie C. Of course, we won that, but that's another thing altogether. What we will do is we will actually go through and have a look at how we've been doing since you're last with us. You will see from the league table, we are top of the table. I didn't mean to do it quite that way round, but clearly I wasn't paying attention to what was happening. So apologies for that. But since you were last with us, Frisoni and Cittadella were the last games that you saw, 3-1, 3-1. Since then, we beat Salernitana 2-1, a 1-1 draw against Empoli. One of them games we never really seemed to get into. We were a goal down. We did do quite well. Silvestri, I'm guessing, scoring from a corner. Let's have a quick look. I'm pretty sure that will be from a corner. If it's Silvestri or Clayton, that's where it usually comes from, to be sure. Yep, there you go. Silvestri, a bullet header, as he's quite good. He scored many from open play. And then a 2-1 win against Bari. What is starting to grate a little bit and be really, really annoying is we get in front in these games quite well, you know, and happy with that. But we always seem to have the obligatory goal that we concede, as you'll see. Since here, 2-1, 3-1, 3-1, 3-1, 2-1, 1-1, and 2-1. So we've started to score one less goal now. And so does that mean that as we work through here, we'll still get rid of that, and then we'll end up with 1-1s and then perhaps losing by 1-0 or something daft like that? Let's hope that's not the case. And today we can put that to bed, because it is starting to get rather annoying that we concede a goal somewhere along the line. As you'll see, Stepovic has had a little bit of a barren spell since Frisoni, but he has come back. He scored a cracker in the last game against Bari. So, as I said, today's games against Ascoli and Lecce. Lecce we've never played before. Ascoli we played in that Super Cup B where we beat them, believe it or not, 2-1. Of course, because it's that goal that we seem to give away. In fact, I can't really say, the last time that we actually played and not conceded a goal was against Prato in the pre-season friendly. But since we're in Serie B, we've conceded every single time by at least that one goal. I'm not going to harp on about that. We're going to get on with the episode, and we will go through to our first game of the episode. It is against... we didn't finish looking at the table. I know we had a brief look at it, but let's have a proper look at it, shall we? Sorry. 10 games played then. It is a 38-game season, so we're getting close to a third of the way through. And we are top of the pile, just 1 point in front of Crotone, who are in second place. I didn't want Crotone's credentials up there, thank you very much. Top two go up, of course, and then Modena, Spezia, Vercellentella and Empoli, all very tight at the top. There's only 5 points, I think, down to Empoli, who are currently in sixth place. So today we play, as I said, Ascoli, who are currently 15th, and Lecce, who are 14th. So below us, both teams, but well, everybody's below us, but yeah, they're sort of mid to bottom table. So hopefully things should be all right, and avoid those conceding those goals, those annoying goals. Anyway, let's go through to our first game of the episode then, against Ascoli away from home. And here is the team that we're putting out against Ascoli for this one. Minelli, Ingol, Visconti, Clayton, Silvestri. Zappella comes in because Pavlev is tired, so he's being rested. He's on the bench. In our midfield, we have Fagioli and Ladinetti. As our central midfield, then our attacking midfield is Stepovic, Magazoo and Golfo, with Ravgoli up front. I'm not sure whether we should have him as a target man. Seems to have worked quite well, but he's not scoring goals, so I'm thinking we should put him back to the advanced forward, and then Golfo out on the right. Golfo having a reasonably good game last time out. Da Fevero is on the bench in place of Santuro. I'm not quite sure why, but he is. Fabrigoli, Meta, Comi, Pavlev, Mena, Dani Garcia, Albertini, Maserani, Gatto, City and De Paula are our bench. Who played in that position last time? It wasn't Magazoo. It might have been Fagioli actually, and he's dropped back into central midfield for some reason or other, which totally eludes me at the moment. I guess it's because of tiredness again, but I'm not quite sure why. Anyway, it will all become apparent, I'm sure. So that is the bench for this one. Let's go through to the match. Zappella and Golfo lacking match sharpness. Maserani may well come on for Golfo at some point or other. He's come back from injury, and his fitness test said that he had 45 minutes in him. And as you know, I do like when we have a player that's not fully fit, is to play the fitter player in preference, unless there's a real reason to do it, because we're going to have to substitute him at some point anyway, and I'd rather do it the other way round, depending on how that other player is playing. Right. This is a great opportunity to show all the pundits that have been right to back you up. I think that's probably as good a shout as any. Right, we have a tunnel because all these games seem to be on telly. Your team is among possession leaders in Serie B, while Ascoli are not. If they park the bus, are you prepared for the task? They have got a very defensive formation. It'll be awkward and they'll be hard to break down. Can we do it? We certainly try. I think that's a reasonable thing. As you prepare for face Ascoli, are you happy with Tommaso Silvestri's performances, Central? Yep, he'll carry on doing this again and again. Right, so let's have a look at this. And Ascoli lost their last two games. We've won 4 out of our last 5, a draw there. And that is the table, as you see, in top spot at the moment. Let's hope we're still there at the end of the episode. Be rather good. And we are underway. We have dropped down to second. I'm guessing that as it stands, Crotone have scored an early goal. So that will be the reason we've dropped down. Stepovic and Silvestri both picking up early yellow cards in this one. And not a lot of activity going on at the moment. Minelli with a long kick out. I've not seen them do that before, where the defence is sort of lying very deep. Oh, and Apaya. Is that Daniel Apaya? Now, if that's down on his notes, Arvin Apaya. I think we played Apaya in the other save to be a legend save. I'm sure he was on loan to somewhere. We've dropped down to third now. Medina have obviously gone into a winning position. Not had anything on target. Ascoli have had 4 and 3 on target, where we've just had 3 shots and done absolutely nothing. I think we might bring the wing backs out of the defensive roles and see if we can press on. This isn't as good a start as I was hoping. We've not played like this for a wee while. Right, we'll be right back for the second half. And as you'll see from the bottom of your screen there, we have brought Maserani on Maserani has come on in place of Golfo, who wasn't having a particularly good game ahead of this second half. And we have the kickoff. Ravgalier done a few tweaks to the tactic, and I'm not quite sure what's happened here. There was a free kick from just outside the box. Obviously, their defensive line doing very well, and they've scored. Christos Dones has done us over, and we're dropped to third. We need to really sort this out. Minelli, he got his hands to that and just pushed it into the top of the net, which was a bit of a dumb thing to do. Visconti to Stepovic, who's tucked it inside and gave the ball away, but the tackle came in and it didn't really do a lot to it. We might have to go to attacking if this goes all pear-shaped in a minute. So we've conceded at least our 1 goal that we normally concede. Flying tackle, they're coming in from Ravgalier, I'm guessing that is, yeah. And they are looking for a way through. They get the second. No, Minelli stood big and large and blocked it. They have a corner though. And straight into the arms of Minelli, thankfully. Right. 54 minutes gone. We're going to shout and fire them up. And we're also going to go to a more positive. I'm going to go gun-ho at the moment. Do need to open this up a little bit, which might put us in a little bit of jeopardy, but their defensive Fagioli now taking a knock. And do we bring De Paula on or Mata? We're going to bring De Paula on. Always Mata better. Mata possibly. Definitely. We're going to make him a box-to-box midfielder. Pump fists. I have faith in you, make a difference. Confirm sub. And I really need to get into this. And Zappala has ended up with a second yellow card, which has left us right in the drink. Not good at all. Ah, man. It rains, it pours. Albertini is on the bench. Need to bring him on, but who for? Who's not playing particularly well that we can afford to come off? Ravgalier is not doing the business up front. I'm tempted to take Magazoo. Right, let's have a shuffle around here. Magazoo into that role. Not using him as a target man. We're going to use him as a advanced forward. Ravgalier will move down into this position here. And then what we'll do is we'll swap Albertini or Ravgalier for Albertini. Mind you, we have Pavlev on the bench. Tempted to bring Pavlev on. This go and make a difference. And we're back underway. But down to 10 men. And we're 2 goals down now. Simon Rabi. And I think we could be going for a defeat here. It's a long way back with 10 men. It's almost impossible task. Well onside. And poorly defended. Set team mentality to very defensive. Why? Going to ignore that because we're going to lose anyway. We might as well lose and not had a shot on target, which is very, very poor. Stepovic now is tired. That could be our 3rd and final change. In fact, we've made 3 changes. We can't make another change. So Stepovic is going to have to stay on, and we are going attacking because we need to break them down somehow, and we've not found a way in yet. Very poor. And Visconti now has picked up. Can't take him off. And the end of the game can't come soon enough, really. Silvestri Visconti tidying up at the back there. Mata to Stepovic. Stepovic comes forward, finds Maserani. Ladonet. Pavlev crosses it in, but it's cleared, and they have picked up the cleared ball and come forward again. Have caused us problems when they've come out of defence. And there's number 3. We're going to go for a big defeat then, guys. If we're going to do it, we might as well do it properly. And yeah, I know he's got a pulled groin, but I can't do anything with it. I haven't got anybody, and we're down to 10 as it is. Can't go down to 9. And Minelli having a poor game. Maybe it's time for Del Favaro to make his debut. And number 4, we really have capitulated here. End of the game. Far from pleased with that result. And Golfo's demotivated. You can be demotivated. You're not playing in the next game, mate. You can go and play for the under-23s if that's how you're going to behave. Right, all we can do is hope that we can turn it around. Visconti is injured for 6 to 7 days. Next game is in 6 days, so he's Zappella is banned, which he probably deserves. 5 to 6 days for Fagioli. And Visconti reveals my fury. Absolutely. Send the assistant. Zapella's been fined, and rightly so as well. So we need to sort this out, guys, and hopefully get back into winning ways, this time against Lecce in our 2nd game of the episode, and it's a home game. Let's keep our fingers crossed, eh? And you come back not with the team to play in our second game against Lecce, but a look at the table because all the other teams in the division have played ahead of us, and we are left with this game against Lecce. As you'll see, we have dropped down at the moment till 5th with one game in hand. Spezia are top on 26 points. Crotone are second, again with 26 points. Virtus Entella and then Modena are the teams immediately above us, and a win today would put us up. It depends on goal difference. That 4-0 loss in our first game of the episode has really punched a hole in our goal difference. Otherwise, we'd have probably been able to climb back up to here with a win, but we do need to win. A draw or a loss will see us finish either, well, no worse than 5th, I guess, but a draw would only pick us up. Well, in fact, I don't think a draw would move us, to be honest, because of the goal difference. So we need a win is pretty much where we're going with that one. Right, be right back in just a second with the team for this game. And this is the team that we are putting out against Lecce for this game. Is Manelli in goal. In fact, we've already said that we didn't, and I don't know why I didn't change that ahead of time. So De Favreau is coming on for his debut. I presume actually he's better as a goalkeeper on defend as opposed to a sweeper keeper. I'm going to put these wing backs on support. Totally lacked any momentum last time out. I'm also going to put him on support as well. Alright. Do we put Ravgalia as the target man? Maybe. Target man on attack. Right. So, having sorted all that, which I should have sorted out before, of course. Del Favreau in goal, then Ponzi, Fabrigioli, who's in for Clayton, Silvestri and Pavlev back on the right-hand side. Ponzi in for an injured Visconti, of course. Meta and Ladinetti in midfield with Stepovic, Magazu and Coffey coming back in on the right-hand side with Ravgalia up front on the bench. Manelli, Albertini, Golfo, Comi, Cowpie, Rizzo, Danny Garcia, Pellegrini, Maserani, Gatto, Mignemi and Di Paola are the bench for this one. Fabrigioli and Ponzi are lacking match sharpness. We'll see how they go. Magnami, I'm sure we've given him a number before. In fact, I'm positive of it, but clearly that isn't the case. So a number of changes for this particular game, 6 in all, from the 4-0 loss in the first one. And opposition on the weaker foot. Pump fist. Doesn't expecting to see a much better performance this time. You come into this one in good form, really, whilst opponents do not. It's a different sort of challenge for us today. We have to be focused on playing our game and be clinical in front of goal. Fagioli doesn't feature in your team today. What's the thinking behind that? I'd rather talk about the 11 players that are starting. So there we go. That one loss in the last game has punched a hole in our recent form. Lecce have lost 3 of their last 5, won the other 2. As you'll see, playing very defensive formation again, so maybe we'll be under the cosh for this one. We need to find a way to break these sort of defensive formations down. They've got wise to us and are looking to block us off. Ascoli did it to great effect in the first game of the episode. They have a corner. It's headed out by Ladinetti. Coffey is going to pick that up. and goes on a bit of a run. So we have a breakout here. Can we get the cross in? Coffee, can you get the cross in? No. Disappointing there. They have a bit of a counter-attack going on. And I think he was offside. The Favreau gets the ball away. It's headed down by Mata to Stepovic. Back inside to Mata, who's picked up a yellow card. And Mattia Mata gets the goal. Stepovic putting it back into his path, and Mata just drives it from well outside. Must have been about 25, 30 yards. And there he is. Look, steadies himself, puts it on his right foot and drives it through. And probably not going to stop that, as it turns out, which is good news. Up to second then, as it stands. We've gone to work the ball into the box. And what we will do while we've got this intervention here is just tell Mata to calm down. We don't want any more yellow cards if we can help it. Don't want any more sending it off, to be fair. After the last game, that wasn't good, was it? Ponzi to Magazoo. Magazoo inside to Ladanetti. Ladanetti to Coffee. Coffee outside to Pavlev. Pavlev back to Mata. Mata back to Pavlev. Bit of moving around here. Ladanetti gets involved. 1-2 with Ladanetti, and Mata gets his second of the season, his second of the game, and we are now 2-0 up with 27 minutes gone. We've already done this one on the bottom here. I'm not quite sure why that's come up again. Ladanetti and Pavlev just working a bit of space, and this time Mata keeps it low. Dreyer drills it down into the corner, and half an hour gone, looking good. We have a corner now. Coffee with the corner, and ping-ponging around, and we've got number 3. Magazoo gets his 4th of the season, and I'd like to see that again, actually, because it was ping-ponging around a little bit. Defence didn't get rid of, and we've capitalised on that. It was headed out, blocked, and then it was pushed wide by Ladanetti into the path of Magazoo, who put it away nicely, and a goal difference is up a bit now. Back, we'll get 4. That'll put us back onto a level keel, I guess. But half time comes, and well, all in all, 11 shots, 5 on target. It's a bit more like it. They've had 3 shots, none on target. They've had a little bit more of the possession than we have, though. 2 goals from Mata and 1 from Magazoo in a space of sort of half an hour or so, has put us on a reasonable keel. We need to look after it in the second half, and if possible, avoid conceding any goals. It would be nice to end the episode with without conceding a goal and having a clean sheet for a change. That would be good. Right, second half coming next. And you're back for the second half, and we are about to get the game underway. No personnel changes at half time. Rafgalia back to Mata to get the game underway, and let's see if we can improve on that good first half. Stepovic with the corner, and it was headed over. I'm not quite sure who got the header in on that occasion, but just over the top. Silvestri is 1 yellow card away. I'm not going to take him off for that. Head into the 70-minute mark, and nothing doing. Let's just have a check. Silvestri not having a fantastic game in the back there. Rafgalia a mediocre game. I don't think we're going to do any changes at the moment. Having had a look at it, I don't think there's any need. We will get... There we go. Stepovic is now tired. So we give him a few more minutes and we'll look at making that substitution now then. Stepovic, our change. Who's Golfo for him? Is what it's telling me on the left side there. He's better as an inverted winger, which we will do. Never really checked Coffee out. He is okay as an out-and-out winger. Right. Just that one change for the minute. Somebody else is going to get tired very, very soon, I'm guessing. And we get underway. Fagioli has now picked up a yellow card. Do need to... tell him to calm down. Mater looks like he's given everything. Let's, in fact, we do have a number of players now. Ladinetti is tired as well. We can only make 2 changes. So if we take Mater off, who has had a fantastic game, who's going to come on for him? Ball winning midfielder. Looks like a Rizzo is going to come in for him, and his favourite position is box to box, which is what we will do. And Mazarani can come on for him. There are our changes. Two minutes of injury time, and can we survive? We can. We have got a clean sheet, folks. We've got a clean sheet, which is good news, and a good win in the end to finish the episode. I was beginning to worry that we were going to have a poor episode. Been doing so well off of camera and wanted to do it, but 20 shots, 9 of which were on target. They had 8 shots and none on target. I don't know if that was good defensive thing. Certainly Pavlev and Ponzi having a good game, and Visconti's got to do his best to try and get back in this side now. Coffee coming back in after a long-term injury on the right-hand side has had a fantastic game. Rovgalier paid his part up front, and then the players that actually went off. Stepovic having a fantastic game on the left side, so effectively both our wingers playing great game. Mata, well, outstanding game, and Magazoo. So in effect, that block there have had an outstanding game, and also full marks to De Favrio. He's had his chance, and to be fair, he's taken it with both hands, and I think will stay as our goalkeeper for the time being anyway. So outstretched hands. It's a good win, boys. Well done. We're pleased with that win. Proud of the team. Mate is our hat-trick race to my brows. We have something important for his coming. Mate needs to be fresh for. Yeah. So there we go. We finished the episode not on top, unfortunately, but goal difference splitting us between that and Spezia. And Crotone just below us, by virtue of us actually getting 3 goals and not conceding, means that we are in second place for this particular. So that's absolutely spot on. Happy that we finished that. Mata on form thing. So we obviously Mata's going to get man of the match and the handshake. Not the Hollywood handshake, but the thing. De Favrio keeps clean sheet on his debut. Perfect job for him. Right, we will be coming back in our next episode for Spezia. They are top at the moment. Whether they will be when we get to them, I don't know, but that will be our next episode. Spezia and Chievo Verona. Spezia away, Chievo Verona at home in Serie B, as we head down into December and the winter break and see how we get on. So looking forward to that game. That should be really, really exciting. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe and hit the notification button to keep you up to date with all the future episodes of the Sicilian Defence, and of course up to date with To Be a Legend, my other series, which is out. New episodes of the Sicilian Defence currently released every Tuesday and Friday at 4:15 p.m. And if you want to keep up to date with what's happening on this channel and more, why not follow me on Twitter at JustOffside2? Keeps you up to date with all these and new series as they are released. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you on the next episode, which will be episode 24, and it's out next Tuesday. Until then, goodbye.